Chipotle is the most successful fast casual restaurant in America, a company that built its empire on the promise of food with integrity, quality ingredients, and customizable bowls that let you believe you're making healthy choices while consuming 1,200 calories. We have no criticism of this model. It works. The food is genuinely better than most fast food. The ingredient quality is higher than most competitors. But Chipotle's menu has a hierarchy that most customers don't know. And at the bottom of that hierarchy, stuck like a guilty secret in the refrigerated unit, is a product that represents the brand's greatest failure: the queso. We're ranking every major menu component from worst to best, explaining where Chipotle is excellent and where it has been coasting on its reputation for years without fixing a known problem. Rank 8. Queso Blanco. Chipotle's queso has been a problem since it launched in 2017 as the brand's first dip product. The launch generated enormous press coverage and largely negative consumer reviews, which forced a reformulation. The current Queso Blanco is the result of that reformulation, and it remains, despite everyone's best efforts, not very good. The core problem is structural. Chipotle's commitment to unprocessed ingredients means they can't use the sodium citrate or processed cheese blends that make queso smooth and stable. Real cheese doesn't behave like Velveeta. It breaks under heat. It becomes greasy. It separates. Chipotle's queso fights this natural tendency and partially loses. The texture is gritty in a way that proper queso should never be. The flavors are muted, because real cheese at high heat loses volatile flavor compounds, and it cools to a consistency that most tasters found unappetizing. Chipotle deserves credit for not using artificial stabilizers. They deserve criticism for serving a product that isn't good as a result of that choice. If the ingredient commitment prevents you from making a good queso, the honest answer is not to sell queso. Order it if you've never had it and need to verify this assessment for yourself. Don't order it if you want something that tastes good. Rank 7. Flour tortillas. Chipotle's flour tortillas are competent delivery structures and nothing more. They're soft, neutral, and capable of holding your burrito together, which is all a flour tortilla needs to do. But they have no flavor contribution, no texture contribution, and no reason to exist beyond their structural function. The tortilla does not make your burrito better. It contains it. There's a difference. The right argument for choosing a bowl over a burrito at Chipotle isn't just the calorie differential. It's that the tortilla is the least interesting component of the entire experience, and bowls let you put that real estate towards something better. More rice, more protein, more salsa. Order it if you need the structural integrity of a burrito for eating while walking. Skip it if you can eat at a table. Get the bowl. Rank 6. White rice. Chipotle's cilantro lime white rice is a supporting character that has occasionally gotten confused about its own importance. The lime and cilantro are pleasant, the rice is properly cooked, and it serves its function. But white rice is the most calorie-dense, least flavor-dense component of the Chipotle bowl, and it crowds out better options. Customers who load their bowl with white rice and then wonder why the meal doesn't taste as interesting as they hoped are answering their own question. Cilantro lime brown rice is better. More flavor, more texture, more nutritional value, and a half-and-half rice situation is an underused option. But the ideal Chipotle order prioritizes every component above the rice. Order it if you need the carbohydrates and aren't loading other dense components. Reduce it if you want more room for the things that are better. Rank 5. Guacamole. Chipotle's guacamole is good. It's frequently cited as one of the best things on the menu, and the assessment is fair. The avocado is ripe, the lime and cilantro are fresh, the jalapeno brings appropriate heat. But it's also $2.65 extra, and at that price point, a meaningful percentage of customers they could make it home in 4 minutes from the avocados sitting in their kitchen. The honest ranking is Chipotle's guacamole is the 4th or 5th most compelling thing on the menu, despite being the most talked about premium add-on. The salsas, particularly the tomatillo green chili and the corn, contribute as much to bowl complexity at no extra cost. If you're going to pay extra for something, there's an argument that extra protein or a side of chips makes more sense, unless guacamole specifically is what you came for. Order it if guacamole is your thing, and you want Chipotle's specifically. Consider skipping if you're trying to maximize flavor per dollar. Rank 4, chicken. Chipotle's chicken is where we start getting into genuinely good territory. The adobo marinated chicken, grilled on the plancha to order, has a char and seasoning depth that makes it the most consistently good protein on the menu. It's correctly cooked, not dry, not underdone, with a flavor that works with every combination of Chipotle components. It's also the lowest cost protein option, which makes the quality to price ratio exceptional. Our one critique of the chicken is that it's the safe choice in a menu that has more interesting options. But safe and excellent is a legitimate position. Order it if you want the most reliable, consistently excellent protein. Rank 3, barbacoa. Barbacoa is the sleeper hit of the Chipotle menu and is chronically underordered by people who default to chicken or steak without considering alternatives. The slow braised beef cheek with chipotle, cumin, and cloves produces a protein with flavor complexity that the chicken and steak simply don't have. The fat is fully rendered into the meat, the spices are deeply integrated, and the texture has a pull-apart quality that makes it the most satisfying protein on the menu from a textural standpoint. Barbacoa benefits from all of the same components as the other proteins, but rewards them differently. The spicy tomatillo green chili salsa, specifically, is the correct companion. The brightness and acidity of the salsa cuts the richness of the braised beef in a way that makes both components better. Order it if you want the most complex, most satisfying protein option. This is the actual best protein on the menu. Rank 2, carnitas, when available. Chipotle's carnitas are not always on the menu due to pork supply constraints and preparation time, which is the exact reason you should order them when they are. The slow-roasted pork, cooked with thyme, bay, and juniper, has a crispy exterior from the finishing step and a rich, fatty interior that no other protein on the menu matches for sheer eating pleasure. When a Chipotle carnitas bowl is correctly assembled, carnitas, pinto beans, mild tomato salsa, sour cream, a touch of cheese, it's one of the best fast casual meals available in America. Order it if it's available. Full stop. Make this decision as soon as you see the menu board. Rank 1. The burrito bowl assembled correctly. The highest ranking menu item at Chipotle isn't a specific product, it's a specific assembly. A bowl built around barbacoa or carnitas, with black beans instead of pinto if you want more structure. The tomatillo green chili salsa as the primary sauce, fajita vegetables for sweetness and texture, a modest amount of cheese, and sour cream to bind the components together. This is the best meal Chipotle offers. Every component is doing work. Nothing is taking up space without contributing flavor. The corn salsa deserves a specific commendation here. It's one of the most underrated Chipotle components, with a sweet smoky character from the roasted corn that adds a dimension to the bowl that no other component provides. Put the corn salsa in your bowl, always. The menu improvement Chipotle could make that would have the biggest positive impact on customer experience is to either fix the queso or remove it. Everything else on this menu ranges from good to excellent. The queso is the one product that makes you question whether anyone in the test kitchen is actually eating what they're producing. Fix the queso, Chipotle. The rest of you, order the barbacoa.